Three, two, one. Let's go. We're alive. Um. Okay, welcome to the Trials and Errors show, where we embrace making errors and we believe in trying again and again and again. Today I'm alone again. um. Next week I'm gonna try harder to find someone to talk with, and it's not that I don't have anyone. It's that I know it's kind of, I have to be selective. And by the way, I'm alone today. We're gonna talk about SpaceX, um, the a space agency. Is it an agency, or is it just, hold up? What is SpaceX? What is SpaceX? Yeah. Okay. Is an American aerospace manufacturer and a space transportation services company. All right. Um, so we're gonna talk about that. Um, SpaceX's relationship with failures. Um, it's mostly linked with Elon Musk's, which is the CEO founder of SpaceX. It's SpaceX's relationship with failures is mainly linked with Elon Musk's relationship with failures. So that really are almost the same thing. But SpaceX, it's not just one person. It's not just one team. Is a whole company. Um, I want to before getting into today's topic, I want to this is trials and errors. So I do this without editing. So I want to include everything that happens, um, because I think it's fun and I think it's insightful and I think it's interesting. Um, I the first time I did this in the introduction episode, I was fucking embarrassed. I was shy. I was nervous, and I am nervous now because it's like I am alone. I have to do the talking. I have to do all the talking. It's like, um, what do I have to say? But this is actually a topic that really interests me. So I don't. I have nothing to be afraid of. And also, one thing that helps me, it's with the software. The software that I'm using. I'm using Ableton because I make music with the software, and I turned the headphone monitoring off. That means I don't hear my voice in my headphones, because I just discovered, like, um, almost 4 minutes ago, that hearing my voice in my head in these headphones was making me more embarrassed. So that's one thing. It's all about trials and errors. So that's one thing that I didn't know the first time I recorded the episode, and now I know. So thanks. All right. Okay, so I also just name this episode, failure is not an is ooh failure is an option, which is a quote that Elon Musk told to a reporter in 2005 in an interview for Fast Company magazine. I did some research yesterday and this afternoon, but most of the stuff I know, it comes from like months of just digging, because I don't know why this just interests me on on an incredible level. So failure is an option, and the original quote, that I think one of the NASA engineers told to an astronaut while they were, I think, landing on the moon, is failure is not an option. And I think that is the notion that most people know. Like, if you make someone complete the sentence, failure is, they're gonna say not an option. Failure is not an option. But actually, this is what he said. I have it here. I think it's gonna be. I don't know if I can edit this, but this is a challenge also to myself. I'm gonna put this man, I'm challenging myself. This goes beyond my knowledge, editing knowledge. I'm gonna put this on the screen. I mean, that's gonna be easy. This is what he said. um Elon Musk's to Fast Company reporter. um Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. And yeah, so I really, I can say nothing to that because I don't live that life. I don't know what that means to be like stagnant. Is stagnant a word? I think so. I don't know what it means to be stagnant, but I know about learning new stuff and innovating. Even though it's not on a company level, I think everybody knows what it's like on a personal level, and like with my music, with my things that I do, things that I get to do every day, with my track and field progress. Like I innovate, even if that's not on the same level, and that's not even like maybe the same definition of innovation. So I can't really say nothing on that, but I love the quote, and the only thing I can say here is I want to be someone that feels this sentence. I want to be this person. Someone screaming outside. Okay. And the quote continues, and somebody also says, this is a senior design engineer. It's called Kevin Brogan. The first time we had a major engine, the first time we had a major engine, the English here. The first time we had a major engine failure, Elon was kind of excited. It gave him some street credibility. And Musk smiled, and this is what he said: If I had the option of not having it blow up the rocket that they just tested, I'd rather not. But it was pretty cool. And this really gets us into the relationship that Mr. Musk has with failure. I just love who he is. I just really get excited about everything he says. I'm really not original here because how can you not love Elon Musk? And this is some cool insight for me too, because this is something I also said on the previous episode I did with Lidro. You should check it out. It was fun. It was 40 minutes long. I know it's a lot, but it was really fun. I told Lidro that I have a strange relationship with errors and failures. I really admire people who went through a lot of pain and failures. Not to say that you have to fail big and everything that I said, but failing, I feel like it's the best learning experience. And I really get excited to see and to read about someone who is in an incredible position and that really not says the same thing, but almost like it proves the point. And I really admire that. And also, again, I want to be that person. So I don't want to be Elon Musk. I don't think anybody will be Elon Musk. And if you try to be Elon Musk, you're gonna be like not even a scrappy version of Elon Musk. And that's not what I want to do. I think that's not something nobody should do. But the inspiration is real. I read about him in different like forums. I read about him in Quora's. Do you know Quora? Quora is, if you know Quora, is a like questions and answers app and website, and I read a lot about Elon Musk, and everybody like remarked this the fact that he is really incredible. Okay, so but we're gonna talk about we want to talk about SpaceX here. So um lately SpaceX has been developing their new rocket, which is called Starship. Um, and I want to talk about this because this is the exciting example that you shouldn't be afraid of failures. And what I love about what they are doing in Texas, by the way, it's called Boca Chica, the place where they are building and testing this space Starship rocket. What I love about them and about that, what they're doing is they are building in public, and they are not afraid of making of like making stuff explode and fail. Like it exploded. As of today, 2 Starship rockets exploded, but they like a lot of articles on the mainstream media, like CNN or I don't remember the names. They were like, another rocket blows up for Elon Musk. Yeah, that's right, blows up, but that was not the point. The point was getting data, and I mean, they are building in public, and this is what something that reflects Elon Musk's relationship with failure. It reflects it. Like, you're not afraid. You shouldn't be afraid. Like, I don't think anyone before SpaceX came around wanted to develop a rocket in the public eye. Like, it's really something rare that you get to see, and I think NASA has realized this. And in fact, we see a lot of more live streams from NASA where they test new rockets, a new part of the rockets they're gonna use to go to the moon. But okay, here we go. I wanted to read you something. This is on the SpaceX's website. All right. This is an article about SN8, which is serial number 8. Starship serial number 8, and this is what SpaceX had to say on their website. I'm just gonna read you an abstract of that. Launch was successful, and successfully the rocket, I'm paraphrasing, the rocket successfully ascended, transitioned propellant, and performed its landing flip maneuver with precise flap control to reach its landing point. This is where it gets exciting. Low pressure in the fuel header tank during the landing burn led to high touchdown velocity, resulting in a hard and exciting landing. This is what they had to say. This is what they had to say in their website. It's not like, oh, it was successful. This is the reflection of their relationship with failure. They literally wrote "and exciting" between brackets. I'll make sure to edit this in so you can read what I'm reading to you. And I just love that. To build in public, to not be afraid of making stuff explode, and be excited when stuff explode, as Elon Musk and the other guy told and the other guy told in the 2005 interview. And this is also true for the older rockets they did. Starship is the latest project, but their main rocket is called Falcon, and there were if I remember right, um, three main version of Falcon. I guess it was Falcon 1, Falcon 5, and Falcon 9, and there were like different version of within that name. But when building the first Falcon 1, the objective was make it a cheap, fast, and better rocket, like, because the alternatives were expensive, weren't as good as what they wanted to build. So you can see what their way of thinking. You can see what like the way of thinking, how the way of they think reflected out in man, also in the testing of the rockets and in the design and in the building. And I'm just trying to find here we go. Rather than toiling 4 years on a part until it's perfect, SpaceX's approach is to build as quickly as possible, and then, in the words of ex-Vice President of Propulsion Development Tom Mueller, to test the crap out of it. This commitment to fast prototyping and testing has been a constant theme through Falcon 1's development. So you can, like, they really did it. It's like, it's not even something you can see it in the rocket, and you were able to see it fail, then succeed, because the first successful flight was their fourth one. When and a cool insight about this, like, this interview is from 2005, the same interview we talked about before. And this is what Elon Musk said. This is what the reporter wrote. Elon Musk, acknowledged that the failure rate for the first-time launch is generally high, and says that he's willing to fund as many as 3 of them before giving up. I thought this was a cool insight because I'm just reading Wikipedia's scheme here. They had 3 unsuccessful launches before for the first time Falcon 1 was successfully launched. And the first launch, if I'm correct, the first launch happened in 2006, and this interview was in 2005. So this is what Elon Musk said before they even got to launch for the first time. He's willing to fund as many as 3 of them before giving up. So I wonder what went, like, around his mind, what he was thinking about when the third time the rocket failed. I haven't reported here on my Notion page, but I was reading earlier that the culture is really like Elon Musk. Every Friday, at least I think this is what used to happen. Every Friday they would, like, do a lunch meeting. They would all eat together and talk about what went, like, what happened, and they would just discuss the future. They would discuss where was SpaceX is going, because remember, these are small teams that work, like, individually, and they just get together, like, of course in these occasions, but figuratively. You said it. They get together when seeing the launch of the rocket. So sometimes the team doesn't even know what they are building is gonna go. And I thought this was a cool insight. And so I guess I can imagine what Elon Musk thought when the third rocket failed. when is in this article, because in this article, they said that when one of their rockets, I don't remember which one, failed, they just, of course, they were all sad and unmotivated at first, but they just discussed it all together, and this is like, I'm paraphrasing, they rolled up these sleeves and got back to work. So I guess that's what happened, and it really excites me. It really excites me. And yeah, so this sucks. I'm gonna upload this anyway. Again, I'm sorry for these individual episodes. I just have to get better. I will write this. I would recommend like watching until a certain time, because now it gets emotional. I will upload this. I gotta get better at speaking and talking like concisively. Yep, it's an exercise. I'm sorry. Publishing it, it gives me more pressure than it would without, if I didn't publish it. All right, whatever. All right. Anyway, thanks for coming to watch this episode. I don't know if I have to do 2 outros. Nah, I'm just gonna do one and put it in the end, even if the part in the middle kind of sucks. Okay, so thanks for coming to the podcast. I sure hope you at least enjoyed the topic. It really excites me, and we'll catch in next week. We'll catch next week.